The rooster hadn't even thought about crowing yet, but Henry was already up. He was out in the shed, lit by a single kerosene lamp, tinkering away on some contraption of gears and metal. This was his ritual, his escape, his passion. See, Henry Ford wasn't just building machines, he was building a different world. A world where everyday folks could afford their own horseless carriage, where hard work was rewarded, and where innovation could change the course of history. Now you might think a guy like that, a visionary, would be some highfalutin city slicker, but Henry's story, it starts in the dirt and the fields of rural America. He wasn't afraid of grease under his fingernails or calluses on his hands. He knew the value of hard work, and he saw the potential for something better, something revolutionary. Henry Ford was born on a farm in Michigan, and like most farm kids, he learned the meaning of hard work early on. But it was the machines, the tools that made life a little easier, that truly captivated him. A simple watch, a steam engine, these weren't just objects to young Henry, they were puzzles, mysteries begging to be understood. He'd spend hours taking things apart, figuring out how they worked, putting them back together. This wasn't just childhood curiosity. It was the spark of an engineer, the soul of an innovator, and it was on that farm, surrounded by the rhythms of nature and the ingenuity of simple machines, that Henry's dream began to take shape. By the time he was a teenager, Henry knew he wasn't cut out for farm life. The city called to him, with its factories and workshops, its promise of opportunity and innovation. So, at 16, he packed his bags and headed for Detroit, the heart of American industry. He started as an apprentice machinist, learning the trade, getting his hands dirty, mastering the tools of the time. He worked long hours, never shying away from a challenge, always eager to learn something new. And at night, when the factory fell silent, Henry would tinker away in his boarding house room, sketching designs, dreaming of building a machine that could change the world. Now, the road to success is paved with its fair share of potholes and detours. Henry's journey was no different. He faced setbacks, failures, engines that sputtered and died, designs that just didn't work. But Henry, he wasn't one to give up easily. He saw each failure as a lesson, each setback as an opportunity to learn and improve. He was relentless in his pursuit of a better engine, a more efficient design, a car that wasn't just a luxury for the wealthy, but a reliable and affordable mode of transportation for everyone. Section 5, the quadricycle, a glimpse of the road ahead. And then, in 1896, it happened. After years of toil and sweat, Henry Ford unveiled his first self-propelled vehicle, the quadricycle. It was a rudimentary machine, more bicycle than car, with 4 bicycle tires and a 2-cylinder engine. But it moved. And more importantly, it represented the culmination of Henry's dream. The quadricycle wasn't just a vehicle, it was a statement. It was a glimpse into the future, a future where the horse and buggy would be replaced by something faster, more efficient, and accessible to all. And for Henry, it was just the beginning. Section 6, a revolution on wheels, the moving assembly line. Henry knew that to truly bring the automobile to the masses, he needed to find a way to produce them faster and more efficiently. Enter the moving assembly line. This revolutionary concept, introduced by Ford in 1913, would transform the way cars were built and, in many ways, the way the world worked. Instead of skilled craftsmen building an entire car from start to finish, the assembly line broke down the process into a series of smaller, more manageable tasks. This not only sped up production, but also made it possible to employ workers with less specialized skills, creating more jobs and making cars even more affordable. Section 7, the people's car, the Model T, and a nation transformed. In 1908, Henry Ford introduced the Model T, a car that would become an American icon. Simple, reliable, and affordable, the Model T was designed not for the wealthy elite, but for the everyday American. And America responded with enthusiasm. The Model T put America on wheels, transforming the landscape, the economy, and the very fabric of society. Farmers could now transport their goods to market faster and more easily. Families could take vacations to places they'd only dreamed of. The world was becoming smaller, more connected, and it was all thanks to Henry Ford's vision. Section 8, a fair day's wage for a fair day's work. Henry Ford understood that a successful business wasn't just about building a great product, it was about investing in your workforce. In 1914, he shocked the world by introducing the $5 a day wage, more than double the prevailing rate at the time. He also reduced the workday to 8 hours, a radical concept in an era of long hours and grueling labor. Ford believed that by paying his workers a living wage and giving them more time off, he was not only improving their lives, but also creating a more loyal and productive workforce. And he was right. Section 9. A vision beyond cars. Ford's impact on America. Henry Ford's impact extended far beyond the automobile industry. His innovative manufacturing techniques, his focus on efficiency, and his belief in the power of technology shaped the 20th century. He proved that businesses could be both profitable and socially responsible. His ideas influenced everything from aviation to fast food, from consumer goods to the very concept of the American dream. He showed the world that with hard work, determination, and a little bit of ingenuity, anything is possible. Section 10. The legacy of a maverick. Ford's enduring impact. Henry Ford passed away in 1947, but his legacy continues to inspire us today. He was a complex and sometimes controversial figure, but there's no denying his impact on the world. He was a dreamer, an innovator, a man who wasn't afraid to challenge the status quo and chase his vision. He taught us that failure is just a stepping stone to success, that innovation can change the world, and that by empowering our workforce, we can achieve great things. Section 11. Driving into the future. Ford's challenge to innovate. So, the next time you see a car driving down the road, take a moment to think about Henry Ford. Think about the farmer's son who dared to dream of a world where everyone could afford an automobile. Think about the relentless innovator who revolutionized manufacturing and changed the face of industry. And most importantly, think about what you can do to make your mark on the world. What challenges will you tackle? What problems will you solve? What legacy will you leave behind? The road ahead is open, and the possibilities are endless. Get out there and drive.